What is up, guys? This is V2. It's been a minute since I recorded any videos on this channel. The main issue was my phone having no storage for recording, so I would put my videos and then send them over to my Google Drive, and then my Google Drive got full, and I would send it to other emails that I had, and it got to a point where everything was so unorganized, and I had like my trip to Cali that I recorded and a couple other things, but I don't even know if I'm ever gonna put them up because this is stressful just to put them all together. So trying this new thing out, just trying to react to pretty much anything, honestly. No matter if it's trending or just some random old videos or something like that, and pretty much see how it goes. And I thought I'll just probably start with this one. So this is about this artist David. A lot of people don't know him. It's so weird because everyone's just saying like, oh, rapper David. He's not a rapper at all. I think it's because he's black. They just say he's a rapper for whatever reason. But he makes like indie bedroom pop, quote unquote emo music, I guess. And I actually went to his show with my girl about like 2-3 weeks ago over in Boston, and I've been listening to his music, I'll say, since the beginning of this year. Probably say around like March, April or whatever. And my girl put me on to him or whatever, and I got to listen to his music, and I thought he was cool at first, and I got to listen to him a little bit more just as of lately because the concert was coming up, and from there I was just like kind of damn near became a fan. I'm not gonna hold. And then it's so weird just seeing all these allegations that happened with his car, the little girl, and all this other stuff. And it just goes to show that, like, you never know. But enough of me talking. I'm going to react to this video right here. I probably know most of the stuff that's going on, but it's just really unfortunate. I mean, it's not confirmed yet, but it just looks bad. But let's get started.
Girl found dead in singer David's Tesla. We now know police have searched a home in the Hollywood Hills where David had been living.
This video shows that crime scene investigators
so
carrying
young,
out
like...
a laptop and other items.
You just seem very lively and friendly. I just hope that the truth comes out and she gets justice for what happened to her.
Messages between Celeste and her friend at the time she was missing. Are you going to talk to David or go back with him? Because I don't want you to get into any more trouble with him.
And the lyrics are not helping too. Like Romantic Homicide, some other songs. I heard he had a song called Celeste, which is the name of the girl that was in the body. I said girl was in the body. The girl that was in the car. But
you're not looking good, dude.
rest in peace.
David is going to find himself behind bars because investigators are putting together a case that exposes him for grooming an 11-year-old girl for several years. David isolated her from her family and eventually had her trapped as his personal prisoner as she was reported as a missing person. His victim, Celeste, was found dismembered in a trunk, and now her family is starting to speak out about her boyfriend, David. Even her brother admits that he tried to warn police about David because he's a dangerous man. But now everything is starting to line up, and it's clear that David is somehow involved in Celeste's tragedy.
And to me, he doesn't even look like, I'm gonna keep the video playing, but he doesn't look like the type of guy to be doing. Like first when he came out, he looked so young. Like,
let's talk about this singer named David, who's currently under investigation in a case where a teenage girl was unalived, dismembered, and disposed of in a Tesla left to rot. Now, I've heard of David's music before on TikTok, and he's currently on tour, but his tour is currently being overshadowed by this case of a teenage girl who went missing and now was found dead. Things have gotten so weird in this David case. Like, while he's on tour, I've seen TikToks where there are little memorials for this teenage girl.
Now, why the fuck would the artist do that?
I never seen this before. This is weird.
Now, her name was Celeste, and she seems to have an inappropriate relationship with David. David is currently 20 years old, and I've seen various reports online stating that Celeste, she's either 13, she's 14, she's 15. Now, I'm not exactly sure how old she was. I don't think she was above the age of 15. And at first, it seemed like David wasn't involved because he's on tour, minding his business. I mean, what would he have to do with a teenage girl being dismembered in his Tesla? But now that this investigation has been going on for a couple of weeks, people are starting to look at David and his connection to this young girl. And maybe part of the reason why he would want her out of the picture is because she's underage. I mean, they must believe that David has some type of connection to this, because why would they be raiding the home that he's currently living in?
This home is where David was living, although he does not own the home. LAPD investigators served a search warrant here last night, collecting evidence. Right now, however, this is only being called a death investigation and not a homicide, and we're told that is because the LA County Medical Examiner's Office is still working to determine how exactly this teen girl died. This video shows crime scene investigators carrying out a laptop and other items from this home on Doheny Place. That's possible evidence. Police remaining very tight-lipped about the investigation. One neighbor we spoke to remembers seeing that distinct Tesla for a while. First, parked in front of the house, police searched, and then at 2 different spots along the street.
It's a little weird to see a car that I haven't seen here for a long time. Had a big dent on it, had a Texas plate on it, so all a little odd.
Now, I don't want to get ahead of ourselves, so let's go from the beginning. Some people were at an impound lot in Los Angeles, and they noticed a really foul smell, kind of like decaying flesh. Once they were able to figure out that there was a Tesla they hadn't seen there before, they quickly learned that there was something dark going on in there. Now, they were able to quickly figure out that this was Celeste, even though she was supposedly dismembered. I'm not entirely sure what the state her body was in.
She was 11 years old at this time. 11, 12 years old, I think, when they started going out with each other. I think she was missing by like 13 years old, 12, 13.
I believe she's currently getting an autopsy so they could figure out how she died. But she was reported missing from a town near Lake Eleanor. The remains were found on September 8th after police were called to the Hollywood Tow because of the foul odor. They saw that the license plate actually were from Texas, so it seemed like this vehicle was out of town. Also, why is a car in an impound place like a Tesla with Texas license plate? Also, aren't Teslas like relatively new? Why would it even be in an impound lot? They quickly learned that the car is actually registered to David Anthony Burke, our guy David we're talking about today. Well, David is currently on tour at this time, so why would his vehicle be at this lot? I mean, you would think that somebody had probably stolen it and committed this horrific act, but
that's what I thought when the news first came out.
Never reported stolen. Now, the car itself wasn't put in the impound lot. It was actually towed from the Hollywood Hills after it was abandoned there 5 days before the body was found. So we're talking like September 3rd. The medical examiner's office said the girl was wearing a tube top, black leggings, a yellow metal chain bracelet, and stud earrings. It appears that the girl had been dead for an extended period of time, and she also had a tattoo on her finger. Now, this tattoo, was tattooed on her finger, and it was one of the first ways they are able to identify who she was. Well, guess who has a matching tattoo? David does, which maybe you would think, oh, she's a big fan, she copied his tattoos, but it goes deeper than that. This comment reads, they had to because she was a child.
And apparently this is a common tattoo. I never knew that, but apparently this tattoo was common, but it's just the likelihood of both of them having the same tattoo. The mom said that the boyfriend name was David. It's definitely 100% confirmed that he had a relationship with a minor. You know what I'm saying? And I don't even like making videos like this when it comes to like coming at people. I'm not trying to come at, I'm just reacting for real. But it's just so unfortunate. But it's just like, it's confirmed, bro, for real. Like, that him and her had a relationship or something. But the murder, we don't know yet, but it's just,
which is freaky that he would have like a matching tattoo as like a way to memorialize their relationship and the fact that it's illegal. Why is a 13-year-old leaving the house at 9 o'clock at night and with her boyfriend and been missing since last year? I mean, there are so many questions. Bless her beautiful soul. Again, another discrepancy with the age. There's people on ABC reporting her as 15. There's people in the comments saying that she was 13. I believe she may have even had a birthday while she was missing, so it's still up in the air. Her body was wrapped in plastic and it was so badly decomposed
like,
that it...
oh, like, you know, some people, they like high schoolers at like 16, 15, whatever, and they're like freshmen in college, but bro, that's... I don't know, that's...
wasn't fully intact and was first reported to authorities because the car had this odor. Now, she was actually found in the frunk of the Tesla. I know it's a weird word, trunk, but it's like the trunk of the front of the vehicle, which is a pretty small area to be stuffed into. The remains were described as head and torso found inside the bag. For the most part, David has been fully cooperating with the authorities, probably part of the reason why his house was raided and evidence was collected. Investigators say that David will be fully questioned. He is the registered owner of the vehicle. We need to know where he's been, cell phone records, and where he's been all this time to connect the dots. Now, this is a missing report poster that was issued back in 2024. So it seems like Celeste had been missing since April 2024, and her body was found like in 2025. That's a really long age gap to be missing. It also says her birthday is 2010, so that would make her 15 years old right now, but it looks like she would have had...
Weird fact, he might even mention it himself too, but I think the day Romantic Homicide came out was also on September 7th. But she was still alive at the time, but it's just like, it feels like it's like foreshadowing. I don't know, it's kind of weird.
Had her birthday this month. Rest in peace to this beautiful soul. So she would have probably was dead before her birthday. So when she was 14, because she was found the 8th, and they suspected that she had been dead in that car for at least 5 days. Celeste's mother had always held out hope that one day she would return. She knew that her daughter had left with her boyfriend, and her boyfriend's name was David, but that was pretty much all she knew. And it seems like Celeste may have had a disruption.
And why does your daughter have a boyfriend at such a young age? You know the name, but you never met him. You don't know nothing of him. Like,
home life.
There's so many
it wasn't
questions,
her first time running away. So many people were questioning, how is Celeste connected to David? Here's one TikToker who's claiming they came across messages.
These are messages between Celeste and her friend at the time she was missing, where her friend says, "I'm just gonna check up on you," and she responds, "I don't want to talk to anyone. That's it. Okay, yes, of course. But you have to swear you're gonna stay safe. Are you gonna talk to David or go back with him, because I don't want you to get into any more trouble with him? I'm safe.
Really
no,
true.
I'm not. Okay, I love you. I'll text you in about a week. Don't delete Insta.
Wow.
Love you too." Here's where things get weird. Celeste says it can bleed and not bleed during, because you probably did it when you were younger. I didn't because I wasn't. You said you bled. What? I thought I did. I only bled with David. With Gus, I was just, and did it because he got mad at me the first time for not having with him.
Now, Celeste has a brother, and supposedly he's only stated that the family is currently grieving. But in the past, her brother has publicly claimed to have wanted law enforcement to go and look into David potentially being dangerous, especially a threat to his sister Celeste. He claims that his concerns were not acted upon. He also shared disturbing details about their relationship and events following her disappearance. This person shared some screenshots on Twitter about Celeste's brother speaking up and how he claims he was threatened by David and his people about raising alarms as far as his sister's safety. I don't know where these text messages came from. I cannot verify them, but it seems like the internet has been appointed as like the chief investigator, and they're going to be the ones to solve this case. So somebody asked this account, "Dude, why does David follow you? All the respect to your sister, and I hate how bad people are being. Was it really him? Jesus." Well, the brother responds, "Yeah, it was him, because he found my account out of nowhere and followed me." Well, well, he has it coming. That's wild. Just randomly. Did you ever get to talk to him? This guy responds saying, "I met him in person once." "Did you and your family know of your sister being with him? Like, was she living with him?" The brother responded, "I knew, and I went to the police about it, but there was a lack of evidence, so it was waved off." BS. Now there's 1,000 people backing you, and that won't happen again. But if they had listened, the brother responded, "Even then, they don't do anything. They haven't even done anything towards him." They ask, "How long has Celeste been dead for?" Her brother responds, "Dead? For 2 weeks." This person shares that other people have been speculating that it's been about a month, and he goes on to say that this David dude is a weirdo. His songs all have weird messages and imagery. Since this person mentioned David's music to Celeste's brother, let's take a look at his music. So David released his music video for his song Romantic Homicide on the birth date of Celeste, who had died in his car. In the lyrics, he sings, "In the back of my mind you died, and I didn't even cry. No, not a single tear." And I'm, wow, can you imagine? So Celeste died for him and not even a single tear? Like, what are we talking about? and I'm sick of waiting patiently for someone who won't even arrive. In the back of my mind, I killed you, and I didn't even regret it. I can't believe I said it, but it's true. I hate you. Now, the song was released in 2022.
I like
it's
this
interesting
song too,
that
bro, but I
the
can't
music
listen to
video
this song
was
ever the
released on her
same,
birthday. There's another
at
one
least
of
for right
David's
now.
songs I want to play for you guys. It's unreleased, so hopefully it won't get copyrighted. We'll see if YouTube allows us to listen to this, but let's give it a shot.
Nobody ever caught me, but I've spoken too soon. In the back of a police car, I forgot whatever I know. I ain't
Oh, so his music, he's just asking for this charge.
do the same if they ask you about
About her. I wonder who her is. Well, if you take a look at more of his songs, he has a song titled Celeste. Oh, Celeste, the girl with my name tattooed
This
on her
is
chest.
insane, too.
Smell her on my clothes like cigarettes. I hear her voice each time I take a breath. I'm obsessed. Oh, Celeste. Missing you so much makes me depressed, but I digress because, well, shoot, I mean, right here he's got a song dedicated to this girl that he was supposedly dating. The relationship, because it's illegal. Somebody shared this on Twitter. So David has a song, Decide, that dropped March 2022. Celeste, who was born in September 2010, was only 11. The lyric, Save Your Tears 7 years, points to her being 18 in the future. People say that they had been talking since she was possibly 11. And as people started to dig, they noticed that there was a pattern that David released a song every year on Celeste's birthday.
Dude, so it's nothing, right? So it's not, so I can go like this?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
No, I didn't inspect Element. I swear to God, I'm in LA and it.
Oh, so
and
there's
it- and it says
multiple
number 7 for me.
songs. He didn't drop one this year,
Case correct. It's actually the most,
or did he? I know he dropped
Guys,
some Fortnite songs.
everything
but-
lines up. Like, guys, you're talking about, what would be the other list? Guys, just for this very one coincidence, it'd be 365 times 365. We're talking about 1 out of
He dropped it
133,000.
on the 3rd.
It's not 3, so you take the first line as the baseline.
You guys might be thinking, Sloan, is this a conspiracy video? Well, let me show you the evidence that these two were around each other. We have photos and videos to prove it. So now it's starting to add up a
that's
little bit
already
more.
wraps
Like,
with
David
that
has
part.
this random car that's in an impound lot. There's this random girl in it. Like, how would he know? Well, there's a long history here. Seems like David murdered her to hide evidence.
Yeah, that's it, water. It's in water. It's in water. It's in water.
So we've got David and Celeste.
Don't be shy. Don't be shy. Don't be shy.
One person wrote, that is her. It's literally what she was wearing in the missing person's photo. And they've got that right because it is the exact same outfit that she's wearing in this photo that's out there for the public to see, to like recognize her by. It's
her.
crazy to think that she's with someone famous and on streams, yet considered missing. Here's another photo of Celeste with David. So
Right?
again, they
Just
clearly knew
missing.
each other. Somebody even shared this screenshot of a FaceTime where they
How is she, like, she's missing, but she's clearly being shown on social media afterwards? It's like, what? Or was it before? I don't know. Maybe
they
I
wrote
missed
like
it.
Celeste and David don't let me sleep, so we know that it is Celeste. Here are even more photos of these two together.
This photo that is allegedly him covering her face. I'm not sure if this is her, but people on the internet believe that this is her. And this purse is seen in the background of one of his TikToks from April.
Yo, people be
Like,
catching
is that
shit,
so
bro.
scary? Like, you're not looking good, dude.
In these photos, you can see
They
that
will
David
go
is a fan of
back
Hello
and
Kitty,
find
which is relevant because Celeste went
anything.
missing wearing Hello Kitty. So interesting that he had become such a big fan of Hello Kitty because his girlfriend is also a fan. One person shared on Twitter the fact that Celeste went missing wearing her Hello Kitty keychain, and seeing this, David's profile picture, disgusts me. She was just a baby. It's weird that David also likes Hello Kitty. It kind of seems like he's immature, and some people allege that he had been grooming her since she was 11. So this dynamic, this relationship goes far back. On the screen, you guys are going to see more video and photo evidence of these two having a relationship. And besides the fact that she's a child, everything seems like it's a normal relationship. I mean, again, besides the
Clearly.
point that she's
Like,
a minor.
clearly.
They posted a bunch. They shared social media clips. They said they missed each other.
She had a tattoo. Wait.
Posted a
what's
bunch.
this?
They shared.
That's a David tat that she got too.
shared social media clips. They said they missed each
I
other.
hear about that.
Why are you doing this, yo? This is not this.
David shared a video on social media showing this man chopping up meat with the caption, "Me if I see her talking with other dudes," which is a little bit freaky because we're talking about her possibly being like dismembered, chopped up.
wild,
David's made a lot of weird reposts on TikTok, like sharing one where this couple is talking about possibly being a cannibal. He reposted another clip showing a man and woman with the caption, "Me after hearing about her past with other boys. I'm jealous and utterly disgusted by her actions." It seems like David has this weird obsession that he has to be the only one who's with Celeste. Probably part of the reason why he targeted her at such a young age, because he wanted somebody without a past, because he's so insecure. Now let's get into some concerns involving Discord chats and comments from people who interacted with him in Discord groups. This is also going to include allegations that he is a PDF file, one of those people who target children, which would go along with this case involving Celeste. Screenshots from 2022 show Discord messages between David and a user, Celeste, when she was only 11 years old, with conversations indicating that they had known each other. The Discord community knew that these two were in a relationship. There were also other signs that these two were romantically involved, hence the tattoo. Now in these images, you'll see screenshots and private messages from Discord and other platforms between 2022 and 2024. Indicating a relationship between Celeste and David. Celeste is being identified as his girlfriend in some chats. Some messages allegedly describe intimate encounters and suggest grooming when she was a minor. We also learned that Celeste's last Discord message was sent 3 months before she went missing. This was back in 2024. And the messages are damning. We see plenty of moments where David is asking about Celeste, asking if she's in the chat. Another person shared on Twitter, "Here are more screenshots I found from 2023 where it's mentioned that David was speaking to other minors."
Wow.
Now, because there's so much evidence that David is in this relationship with Celeste, and
not
on
like
Discord he's receiving some backlash. He's
known
trying to
like
be
that, though?
proactive
Like,
at
he's
the
been
time.
very
So there are
public.
allegations that he tried paying.
I don't understand. He's been very public, and it seems that people been hip about this pedo shit, but like, it's like they were silenced or something, bro. Like,
People off who went to her high school and knew about their relationship. One person wrote on Instagram, "Not even a year ago, my homie told me that David owes money to people in Lake Eleanor. Now this girl is dead, missing from Lake Eleanor. Weird coincidence. He told me he gave someone money because he was with a minor and showed me a picture of it too. I didn't even know if I believed it at the time. Now I'm tweaking." This person wrote on Reddit, "My sister, who's now in 9th grade, told me that David was dating an 8th grader. We'll call her C for Celeste, and that she would go on trips with him to LA. They're all in 9th grade now, and it turns out that Celeste's friends knew that he would pay to keep their mouth shut. Celeste has been missing for, I guess, at the time of this reporting, over a month now, and nobody knows her whereabouts." It is interesting that David was spotted on—
you can't be that, like, bro. It's like too obvious, bro. I don't feel like there's no way he was like paying them. Like, I don't know.
only 3/10 of a mile from
It's like he was
Celeste's
playing with
family's
fire,
home
bro.
in Lake Eleanor, California, 70 miles from downtown LA. So he's been
Like,
pictured—
it's too obvious to a point where I feel like there's no way he maybe had, like, there's no way he did it. But with all this evidence, it's like, damn, bro, he probably did do it. And I'm not gonna confirm nothing until, like, until found guilty. But yo,
in this town, and I'm sure officers are asking him, "Hey man, what were you doing there?" And supposedly this picture captured a moment where he was
That is a weird
literally
picture, though,
paying
so
off
maybe
some
he
people
was.
to keep quiet about their relationship. Now a lot of people are thinking, what is the motive here? I've seen some people suspect that maybe she wanted to leave the relationship. David could not accept that, so he wanted to get rid of her. Other people think that maybe she could be pregnant. This person writes, "My guess, she got pregnant and he didn't want it out because his career is just kicking off." Now this article asks if Celeste was pregnant. David's chilling old tweet hints that she was begging to go back to family. I mean, I'm sure she was, being like a 13, 14-year-old girl. She did not know enough about life to agree to go and live with this man. An old post from David from back in 2022 surfaced on social media. It looks like somebody mentions wanting to be with their mother and sister again, and he references circumstances preventing an ideal situation, which has led users to question if the post hints at a hidden pregnancy, that maybe she couldn't go back because she would have been with a child. He wrote, "When I was writing this, I got a notification from you as you were talking about wanting to be with your mom and your sister again. Take me where I belong," is what he quoted her saying. But our circumstances won't allow us to be in our ideal situations. We gotta push through it, bro. So many people are calling him out. You are sick. Taking advantage of a child is horrible. She would have been 13 years old at this point. Nothing about your situation or your circumstances look ideal, which is part of the reason why we're here now, and his home is being investigated, and people are starting to really think that he's guilty. I mean, at first people thought he was innocent. There's no way he could have done this.
Yeah,
but I mean,
bro.
after this information, what do you guys think? It's interesting. It looks like another.
He just don't look like he was capable of doing it, bro. And I was just starting to rock with this dude's music, bro. It's just the part like that throws me off. Like I was really just diving into the music just recently, and then this happens. First, I thought he was dead. I thought they said his body was in the car, but no, it was a body. But
woman's body was found by investigators. Could there be another victim? The medical examiner has released new details on the remains of one of the two women who were discovered in vehicles at 2 tow yards this week. The body of the second woman was found on Tuesday in South Los Angeles after family members filed a missing persons report, and they tracked down the woman to a scorched Honda Civic in a tow yard. We don't know much more about this other woman. I'm not going to write it off that she could not be his victim, but it doesn't seem like there's any clear association between the second victim and David. But I know David is feeling the heat right now. He has limited his comments on social media. Brands are starting to drop him. Nobody wants to be associated with a man who's involved with a minor who is now dead and supposedly was in a romantic relationship with this full-blown adult. Other artists are also trying to disassociate themselves from David. Kali Uchis, for example, has now been trying to wipe her record clean of this man. Somebody asked her, like, aren't you friends with this guy? And she said, no, I'm not friends with him. We collaborated on a song, but she wants no association with him. So he's supposed to drop an album today. As you guys are watching this video, I don't know how he's going to be able to get away with this.
He ain't dropping no album today. I think he actually just canceled the rest of his tour as well.
I mean, investigators aren't investigating this as a murder yet because they have to do the autopsy and to, like, figure out how Celeste actually died before they could say she was murdered. But after they determine that, if I was David, I would I don't know what I would do. Well, first, I'd never commit the crime in the first place, but if I did, and I would never, can you imagine? I would, like, you'd have to run away, right? Like, go to a foreign country, like, get a bunch of plastic surgery, like, completely erase your whole identity. But, the important part here is that we have a victim named Celeste, and she needs justice. I don't care if she was 13, 14, 15, she was way too young, and to have an ending so brutal and disturbing like that, nobody deserves it. So I hope there's justice here, and I want to hear what you guys think in the comments below.
That's facts.
Bye, guys.
That's facts. Hopefully they get to the bottom of this and figure out what really happened. It does look really bad. But you know, we're gonna see what happens. This is wild because I know he came up because I believe he was making Fortnite videos and was making montages of them, and he started making music for the videos, and people started messing with him, and he blew up like that. I understand that he actually grew up in a Christian household and was homeschooled. And I don't, you know, it's like when you hear stuff like that, like, you know, you think of like some regular dude who's just on the internet, made videos, got big, probably very introverted at first if you're homeschooled, and then was probably raised correctly, because I believe there's I'll show y'all the video too. Come up. I can't even type right now. Yeah, they don't even care. There's a video that y'all can find. I don't know where it is exactly, but it just talks about how his come up story was, and I think it interviews his mom and his dad and stuff like that too. But yeah, everything is just about the whole news about all this whole thing, and it's crazy because I feel like this is the biggest he's been, and it's always about something bad that happens to someone instead of the good. But it is what it is. But we gonna see what goes on. Like I said, I'll try to be more consistent with making videos like these, and yeah, for sure, y'all be easy.